What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I created these pastel tie-dye acrylic gummy bear nails. I think they came out so cute. I love the little pastel bears. It really gives me that spring type of vibe, and that's kind of like the look I was going for, like a pastel vibe with gummy bears, because I've never seen like little gummy bears like this before. So that's what kind of inspired me to do this set. So yeah, as you can see, my nails have already been prepped prior to the video just to save time. I did go in with 2 coats of the Savillon primer, and I did dehydrate with isopropyl alcohol off camera, and I have a little layer of pink acrylic on my nails. You're going to want to put down clear acrylic or whatever color you use first before going in with the colored acrylics to make sure your nails are protected. But anyways, I'm doing a pastel tie-dye look with all these different acrylic colors. I'm using 3 colors from Sugar and Cream. I'm using a pink called Cherry Blossoms, a purple called Peonies, and a baby blue called Hydrangea. And then I'm using 2 colors from the Fantasy Nails Pastel collection. I have a green called Pastel and then a yellow called Benton. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I don't really know, but yeah, that's what it's called. So the tie-dye design is really easy. I recommend working with the colors wet because I feel like they blend a lot better into each other. If you like apply the beads too dry, you're not really going to see that blend between the colors. And you kind of have to work fast so that they do blend pretty good. And I recommend using small beads because it's a lot easier. So when I place a color down, I like pat it out, and then when I go in with the next color, like near that one, I basically pat it into the previous color that I put down, and that's how they blend really nicely. And you just kind of keep doing that. Sometimes you might have to go over some of the colors again, because when you put certain colors down it kind of fades them, so you might just have to like bring the color back out by you know, just adding a little bit more acrylic. You just kind of have to work with it. It's a little bit tricky when you get up near the cuticle area, because sometimes it does get a little bit runny and kind of you have to wipe the cuticle area and still keep like that tie-dye effect because you're using different colors. So it gets a little difficult to try to make a nice cuticle area and do the tie-dye effect, for me at least. But I managed to do it, so it is pretty easy. It's really not that hard. The only thing with these Sugar and Cream colors is that they marble, but they're the only colors that I really liked that I had that kind of matched the teddy bears. So it was a little bit tricky, so I was kind of like putting those colors down, and then you have to pat them out really fast to kind of get the color to like show up instead of having like little splotches of white in it. So that was a challenge too, while trying to still blend them with the other colors. But yeah, they did turn out really nice, which I'm glad. I was kind of worried about that. I was hoping that I didn't have any like marbled pink or blue, because that would have ruined the look. But as you can see, when you first put the bead down, you could see it kind of marbles, but if you brush it out really fast, it works pretty good. You also want to make sure that you're keeping your layers thin while doing this. You want to make sure that you pat out each bead really good so that you don't have like all these lumps on your nails, if you know what I mean, because these type of designs need to be encapsulated with clear acrylic to prevent you from falling through the blend and all that stuff. Plus, after doing this, if you do it the right way, the nails are going to be way too thin to just leave them like that and go. You have to use the clear to kind of build up the structure of the nail and stuff like that. And you can overlap colors. Like if you applied a color down that you didn't like in that spot, you can go over it with another color, as long as you kind of spread it out where you can't really tell. I kind of did that when I added the yellow. So you just, like I mentioned, kind of got to work with it and go over some of the colors, especially with colors like this, because they're pastels, so they can get faded very easily. Just be careful near the cuticle area. I like to add really small beads at a time. It just makes it a little bit easier to do the tie-dye effect when you get closer to the cuticle area, especially on yourself. It's a little easier doing it on somebody else because you have like the nail right in front of you and it's facing down, but like when you're trying to do it on yourself, it's a little harder, especially because you have to work with the beads wet to really get that tie-dye effect. So yeah, small beads is the best way to go, or you can hold your hand like this way. Sometimes it's difficult for me to do my nails that way. I rather have my hand resting on something, just because I feel like it's like weird sometimes. I rather just rest my hand down. But yeah, I pretty much just repeat the same steps for the other two nails. And as you can see, I'm adding in a little more blue here.
Winnie. Winnie.
Okay, so now that the tie-dye is done, I'm gonna go ahead and encapsulate the nails with Mia Secret Clear Acrylic to really build up the structure of the nails and protect that blend. And bear with me, my application was not the best because I went ahead and bought this new monomer because it was like a little bit cheaper and I was trying to save some money, but it was setting really fast. Like as soon as I put it on the nail, I felt like it was setting. I don't know if it's because I'm used to working with Mia Secret monomer. It's really runny and like you have time to work with it, or like if it was just like too hot in my nail room at the time, which I think it was like maybe a little bit of a combination of both. So yeah, in this video it was a little bit difficult for me to apply. I was trying to brush it out really fast, so I did my best. I don't know if I'll be purchasing that monomer again, but I will try it one more time when it's a little bit cooler to see if that was like the issue or whatever, which it probably was. So yeah, but like I always say in every video, there's nothing a little filing can't fix. We always make it work here on this channel. Yeah, they didn't turn out too bad, but I did have to like go in and, you know, file them up a little bit better with my drill, but it wasn't too bad. I just hate when like people say like the monomer is medium set and it like sets right away as soon as you put it on the nail. But like I said, I'll give it another try some other day before I make my final decision. So yeah, the way I do my encapsulation is with a 3-bead method. I did have a little hair that was sticking out of my brush that I was trying to get out. I don't know why. This brush was old. My other one was gunked up, and I had to clean it, so I just grabbed this one. But yeah, I usually think of the nail in 3 parts. So I start by building up the free edge of the nail. So that's where I place my first bead and I focus the acrylic in that area to add thickness and structure to the tip, like the free edge of the nail. And then the next 2 beads are the beads that I use to build the apex. So I place the first bead to start building the apex right where the tip and the natural nail meet, and kind of just focus it in that area, blend it down into the previous bead a little bit, and then go in with a cuticle bead to further build the apex. You want to focus your acrylic in the area you put it in so it doesn't like move out of the area, and it obviously did not do its purpose of where you put it. So yeah, try to focus your acrylic where you put it. So yeah, that's what I do, and then I kind of just look at the nail and see if I need to add in any more acrylic. I found it easier to kind of spread the acrylic out really fast and then just brush it in place so it wouldn't dry so fast. I kind of do that anyway, but this one I had to do it a little bit faster. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and file up these nails and fix them up a little bit from that crappy monomer that I got. So yeah, I'm starting around the cuticle area. I file around the cuticle area first to get that down really low and seal around the cuticle area. You just want to make sure you keep your drill moving while you're working with your e-file so that, you know, you don't cause any damage to your natural nail underneath. It can cause a drill bit to heat up against your nail, and it can really hurt if you stay in one spot for too long. So I try to, like, you know, move the drill around and then go back to certain areas that I need to file, just so that doesn't happen. So like I said, I start around the cuticle area and get that down really low, and then I just file kind of like side to side down the nail to smooth the overall nail out. I file along the side walls and underneath the nail. I also kind of like go along the sides of the nail to kind of redefine the shape a little bit. Sometimes your nails can widen when you apply acrylic without even trying, so it helps to kind of use the drill to shape them back up, or kind of like pre-shape them before you go in with your hand file. I like to do this first before going in with my hand file, because the shape comes out sharper looking when you do it that way. And you want to like kind of turn your nail different angles so you can make sure you see like all parts of the nail. If you need to file in certain areas, you should have the little hill at your apex, and the nail should get gradually thinner towards the free edge. And when you look down the barrel of your nail, the sidewall should be the thinnest part of your nail, but you do want some thickness towards the free edge and a nice size apex, as you could see when I turn my nails to the side. So now I'm going to take my hand file and shape them up. So I'm doing a long, like kind of like coffin shape. I made these a little bit more narrow because I felt like it looked cuter. So I'm filing straight on the sides first to kind of take the bulk off of the sides. And then to get that coffin shape and taper in the tip, I angle my file inward and file in towards the tip. And you just keep doing this, like when you're satisfied with the overall width of your nails and like how tapered you want the tip of your nails. If you want like a really tapered tip, you just keep filing in more. But just make sure you're alternating sides so that your shape comes out even. You don't want to file on one side for too long. That's what causes your shape to come uneven. And I do kind of like file over the surface if I feel like I have to, sometimes, just to like further define the shape. And I am gonna like take a buffer and just buff over the nails to smooth them out and like get out any scratches before I go ahead and top coat them. So now that the nails are file shaped and buffed, I'm going to use some poly gel to apply these cute little gummy bear charms that I found online. These are so freaking adorable to me. I love them so much. I got so many compliments when I wore these out to the store. Like literally every store I went to, everyone was like, oh my god, your nails are so cute. I've never seen anything like that. So yeah, everybody loved these. I think they're so adorable. I wish I could keep them on forever, but unfortunately I can't, but I will save the little bears. But I'm using clear poly gel to apply these because normally I use my rhinestone gel to apply bling, but these are kind of on the bigger side, so it kind of makes it so they slide around too much. So the poly gel kind of just holds them in place, so you don't have to worry about having to keep adjusting them and stuff. You just want to make sure you line your nails up so that they're all like in the same spot on the nail when you line your nails up for pictures and stuff like that. So I'm just doing like a little flash cure so that they stay on. And after I do that, I'm just going to top coat all the nails with the Nail Reserve LA a no wipe top gel. And that's pretty much all for this set. I hope you guys like this set. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. Of course, it's a kawaii vibe, which I love, and I know you guys love it too. So definitely leave a comment or a like before you leave. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe so you can get notified when I post nail tutorials and reviews. I post every week, so you don't want to miss out. Make sure you hit the notification bell. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok if you're not already. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Love you guys.
Ringy.